What is going on, YouTubers? It is your boy, Lex Man. You are watching my NXT review for June the 15th of 2016. We begin the new chapter of NXT on this show. The old chapter has been closed. The people that used to run NXT are no longer there. You know, Sami Zayn, Neville, Bo Dallas, Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, all those old names, the Enzo Amores and the Big Casses, they have all moved on. Now, we still have remnants of that era. We still have remnants of people like Finn Balor and Bailey, and you can even say Asuka in a sense. Maybe even Blake and Murphy and some others like Alexa Bliss. But eventually, they too will move up. So we are now starting to get new faces. We are now starting to see more personalities, different styles enter the NXT arena, and we got a couple of those guys tonight. Now we begin the build to Brooklyn, NXT Brooklyn, and I believe that's on August the 20th. Now I don't know what it's called. I think it's called NXT Takeover Brooklyn 2. It might be called NXT Takeover Back to Brooklyn. We will find out later on. As of right now, tonight's show, it seems like we're off to a good start. I liked a lot of things about this show, if not everything. I'm going to take my time with the ending, the confrontation between Shinsuke Nakamura and Finn Balor. But I do want to just take a quick second to note what happened. We had the authors of Pain being led by Paul Ellering taking on two local jobbers, beat them, destroyed them, ate them up for dinner, and shit them out. It was not even a match. It was a massacre. They were led to slaughter. They were lambs led to slaughter. Those poor souls. These guys, the authors of Pain, I forgot their names, but they are massive. They are behemoths. I would not want to step in the ring with them. I wouldn't. They are dangerous, man. And Paul Ellering is extremely intimidating. Now, after the match, one of the interviewers tried to talk to Paul Ellering and ask him a question. She was all like, "So, what are you doing here?" And he responded, "In due time, in due time." And me, I'm like, he's here to win matches and to win championships and to make some money. Why else would he be here? That was my smart ass mind. But honestly, I'm pretty sure there's a story behind why he's here, and I can't wait for that. I look forward to seeing where that goes. We had, I believe, Blake and Murphy, who decided to patch things up for one night to take on the Mighty Don't Kneel, aka TM61. I think it's Shane Thorne and Nick Miller. That is their names. And, you know, Blake and Murphy losing Alexa, excuse me, I keep saying her real name. It's Alexa Bliss. It's a shame because I felt like she added a much needed personality to that group. And without her, they are just bland, beyond bland, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? Clearly, this was, not supposed to be their night because they got destroyed by TM61. And if this is the end of their tag team, okay, it's I can't really say they'll be all right by themselves. They're better off as a tag team on the main roster, but we'll see what happens. This is clearly supposed to be their way of saying, yeah, you know what? It's probably time we go our separate ways. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how this goes. I have a feeling that they might do a few more matches together, but eventually they're going to have a big split, and that was it. Now, as for the Mighty Don't Kneel, or TM61, they were cool in this match. They had a couple of good spots, like their finisher. It's like a sit out. It's a double sit out gorilla press slam. And they beat him with that, so it was pretty cool. It was one of those, we're going to show you what we can do, but not too much kind of matches. Because I've seen them have much better matches than this, and I guarantee you they're just not even trying to have a 5-star classic. They're just giving us a taste of what they can do right now and waiting until they get an opportunity to showcase what they can do. And you're gonna see a lot more of these guys in the future. And when they have an opportunity to let loose, they will let loose and they will show you that they are one of the best tag teams in the freaking business today. I promise you, brother. I promise you that. So after that, we had Carmella. Carmella, the princess of Staten Island, taking on the daughter of Tully Blanchard, Tessa Blanchard. And, I'm very pleased with Carmella. I think she's made leaps and bounds of improvements with her in-ring ability and her personality. Um, I'm enjoying her matches. I love watching her. I love watching her come out with her intro. I love watching her as a performer. She's just doing really good right now. And, if she continues to improve and get me to a point where I would be fine with her as NXT Women's Champion, awesome. Now, eventually, she has to move up and join Enzo Amore and Big Cass. She has to eventually move up to do that. Will that happen sooner than later? We'll see. But I am perfectly fine with her being on NXT if this means it leads to something. Um, Tessa Blanchard, she was good. I mean, she's a new face. She has some room to grow. She needs a personality. She needs to do some stuff. So we'll see how she does. But it's always good to have a second generation, third generation superstar working with WWE. It keeps the legacy going and it makes WWE feel that much bigger when they have families, coming in to do some things. Carmella beats Tessa Blanchard with the her finishing move, the triangle choke. After that, I think we got a few interviews. We got one with Bailey talking about next week. We will find out if she'll be cleared or not. She will be eventually cleared, and she will most likely fight Nia Jax for a rematch. We also got people like Samoa Joe and the Revival having their interviews talking about we're champions and we'll take on all comers. We're the best in the world. Blah 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 blah. In their own kind of way. I especially loved Samoa Joe's. I can't say what he said word for word, but to paraphrase, nobody can sacrifice for this championship more than I have. Beautiful. Like, Samoa Joe is, man, he's a beast. Like, I'm so happy he's champion right now. I love him being NXT champion. So we go from that to Cien Almas, Andrade Cien Almas, taking on the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger. Ty Dillinger, earlier on in the night, demanded a rematch. He wanted a rematch with Cien because he felt like it was a fluke, and he feels like he's better than Cien. And you know what? Some of you might look at that and go, oh, that's kind of a cheap way to do the rematch. I'm fine with it. You know why? Because I can see this being a long-term feud. And it's simple. Ty Dillinger wants to beat Cien. It's 10 versus 100. And as much as 10 wants to be better than 100, 100 is always better than 10. So it's one of those long-term feuds that will see Ty Dillinger continuing to fight, continuously trying to outdo Andrade, and Andrade will always outdo Ty Dillinger. It's the story of, can you outdo someone we know is superior to you in every single way, in every single facet? And that is the story he was telling tonight in their rematch, which I really, really like. There were points in the match where Andrade was just completely out wrestling Ty Dillinger and just making him look like a fool. And Ty Dillinger would once in a while get some offense, and he would just not celebrate because he's just very serious. Like, he really wants to beat this guy. It's personal. He's the perfect 10, and this guy calls himself 100. So it's like, how dare you, motherfucker? I'm the perfect 10. I am better than you. You're not better than me. It's a pride thing, and I love that. I love stories like that. It reminds me of Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. Eddie Guerrero couldn't beat Rey Mysterio. He just could not beat Rey Mysterio, and it tore him apart. It changed him. It molded him into something he hated. And at the end, when he lost everything, he finally beat Rey Mysterio. But it was like, was it worth it? Was it worth it? So that's the story they can tell with Ty Dillinger and Cien Almas, because he lost again. to CN tonight. CN was just too much for Ty Dillinger. So next week when it happens again, Ty Dillinger would just come up and say, look, I want another match. I want another match. I want another match. I want another match. And he will continue to do it and continue to do it and continue to do it until he finally beats him. And I'm saying, man, this storyline, if done right, can do wonders for both CN and Ty Dillinger. This is a storyline. This is a storyline where I would love to have multiple matches, if that is the story going forward. So let's talk about the ending confrontation between Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura. Finn Balor comes out, and they've been building up to this whole promo all night. What's next for Finn Balor? You're no longer a champion. You don't have anybody else to fight. Is it time for you to move up? And all that speculation. He's all smiles, and the crowd starts chanting, please don't go, Balor Club, too sweet, and, he just smiles. You could just sense that he genuinely loves being on NXT. He loves Full Sail. He loves the crowd. And, I think this is a common theme with all people moving up. They start to realize, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm not going to have this anymore when I get to the main roster. And they get to the main roster and they miss it. So we'll see. I think he's going to be fine. I think Finn Balor, amongst all the other NXT talent who are already on the main roster, I think he's going to fare just fine. He's going to do just fine. Anyways, he comes out. He says how NXT is a part of him. He's been champion for 292 days. He reminisces on his feuds with I think it was Neville, Owens, Joe, matches with Sami Zayn, and when asked about what's next for him, that's when Shinsuke Nakamura comes out. And this, I gotta say, I am beyond stoked. I am beyond just hyped for this match. Shinsuke gets on the microphone. The crowd is singing Shinsuke Nakamura's theme. Whoa, whoa, all that. It's really, really good shit. And he responds with I'm trying to, again, paraphrase what he said. Essentially what he said is that Finn Balor is an icon. He is the icon of NXT. Despite not being champion, you are the icon. And for Nakamura to get the championship, for him to be champion, he must beat the icon. Meaning, he must beat. And I love this part. He was like, I must beat you. He just dramatic. Feel it. You. It was really, really cool. So that's the next match. Finn Balor just pretty much said, you're on. They shake hands, and now we await for the match to be announced. And I don't think we're going to wait that long. I doubt it's going to be, at Brooklyn. They're not going to wait 2 months. They're going to build that up into July. I see it happening in July. I see that being a big event for July. And that's going to be freaking sweet. That match is going to be awesome. And you know what I want? I want them to go full. I want them to go full New Japan Pro Wrestling on this bitch. They should go full strong style. Screw the NXT, screw the WWE style. I want them to go straight up New Japan strong style on our asses. And give us that match that we know we can have. People are chanting match of the year. You know what? It could be if they let them go out there and have the match of the year. I want strong style Finn Balor versus Nakamura. Okay? That's what I want. Because damn it, that was awesome. Shit, man. AJ Styles versus freaking John Cena. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn. Finn Balor versus Shinsuke Nakamura. God damn, I can't wait for it. These next few months are going to be so packed with awesome matches. So, can't wait. I cannot wait for that feud. I cannot wait for that match. Give me your thoughts about NXT tonight, the new chapter, the new era, whatever you're going to call it. talk about Finn Balor versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Are you excited for it? Because this guy is. Thank you guys for watching. Good episode tonight. I'm out of here. This is your boy, the Lex Man, signing off. Peace.